Hello folks and welcome back to Stellaris. As always, of course, I am Falcon, your host. Our empire has grown a lot bigger, much bigger, with that territory that we took last time. I did go ahead and solve my, you can see my energy problem. Of course, I'm out of minerals and pretty much out of influence now, actually, which is, particularly the influence is a bit of a problem, but nothing I can really do about it. At the moment, at least. The mineral problem, of course, will solve itself pretty quickly. Not too worried about that. It was indeed primarily the fact that I had way the hell too many planets. So I had, of course, had to form the Quapulsian sector here. We can come down here. Of course, I named it after Quapulsians because that's primarily who lives there, at least for the time being. So, yeah, that's who is in charge here. They do, unfortunately, have a few stations up here in the Merox system before that I wasn't able to destroy. They do have the one defense platform, which is very weak. It's just got missiles. It is basically cannon fodder, really. So that would take nothing for me to destroy. I mean, I could destroy that without even trying, if I wanted to. But unfortunately, they do have that, and they do have a single one of their warp gates here as well, which is a problem, but not necessarily a serious problem. They also apparently were building robots. Some of their choices on where they built these robots are questionable. Having said that, that means whatever. It's fine. They do have most of those planets very full, and I don't know if it was... I don't know why these planets are not filled with buildings. I don't know if it's because they didn't have the resources to build them, or if these buildings were destroyed in my bombardments when I was trying to soften the planet. Although, we never bombarded this planet, so I don't actually know... Did they just breed that quickly that they're able to... They're very nomadic, so it is possible, I suppose, that they all moved, that they just migrated onto these planets really fast, filled their planets up, and they were able to migrate out of like places like Uklop here, which is full, and had a ridiculous amount of food surplus. So it is possible that they just were able to regrow their populations on these planets and they just all migrated. I don't really know. Not sure how they managed to get the kind of population numbers that they do, though, when these planets are not developed very well. In fact, they're barely developed at all, to be honest with you. I mean, if we go into here and we look at the stats for the sector, we raise it up to the 75% so that we can see, you know, it's on par with the others. It's pretty shitty. Like they have no minerals coming in, whereas these guys, you know, they've got a lot. They have, alright, acceptable energy credits. They're not doing too terrible there, but they don't have the research. They sure as hell don't have the mineral production. All these guys are actually getting influence here, though, so that'll actually be nice. That'll help the area grow some. But yeah, they are not getting much of anything to speak of out of the place. I mean, I guess I don't really super need the resources from them. I'll leave it at 50%. That way, at least I get something out of it. They get something out of it. You know, it'll work better for me in the long term. Oh, actually, that's contributing to my influence. Apparently. Yeah, it's my contributing to my influence, not theirs. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Of course, I can create more sectors, and I probably should be making more sectors. If for no other reason than I should split up these large sectors that have so many people in them, because they, you know, we have these sector separatists that are trying to split their sectors off into individual, you know, their own thing, which is not good. We don't want that. This Quipulsian sector has so many people in it, or faction rather, has so many people in it. I did spend, at the end of last episode, we did go ahead and spend a bunch of our influence. Most of the loss of my influence came from that. The other bit came from building a few buildings that I was, you know, you spent all my minerals basically, queued up as much as I could on the territory that we captured before I handed it over to the sector. Just to try to get as much done as possible with that. But we did do the, you know, try to get them to merge into us things as much as we could. So hopefully that number will go down fairly quickly. We'll see. We need to get moving here, though.
System survey
we have
complete.
A lot of terror bombings for a while, because there's just nothing we can do about it. It's just gonna be a thing, unfortunately. It's just gonna be a thing, and there's not a goddamn thing we can do to fix it. It's fine, though. It's fine. Can't do anything about it, so it's whatever. I do have all of the fleets moving, to... all the small ships are moving to Alpha Centauri to form up into one big fleet, basically. Which you'll see here in a minute. And then the larger fleets. One is staying in Kornagi for the moment. Actually, they need to move to Clapnor, because that's actually where I want to build. I'm actually going to build a spaceport here, get that working. I'm going to set up a couple of... I'm going to build a... Actually, the spaceport's already here in Ajam, but we need to upgrade it. Spaceport upgrade. I just have a couple places that I need to get upgrades doled out because... There was one of these that I needed to build. I don't remember where the hell it was, though. There it is. Solar panels. Okay, so I need to build a couple more fleet bases, basically. And the fleet base here in Cordip, I'm going to rip out the destroyer yards and we're going to replace it with a... Frankly, destroyers are not that good anymore. So we're going to be replacing it with crew quarters. Just try to cut down on the ship upkeep as much as possible. Only so much you can do about that, but the less issue we have with that, the better, I think. So I will rip out the destroyer assembly yards. It's not really doing anything for me anyway. Replace it with the crew quarters. One of the big fleets is heading there to basically take up station. Another of the big fleets is basically being formed from all the little ones at Alpha Centauri, which also has one of those upgrades. If we look at the Destinies thing here, it does have the crew quarters right there. You should also have... Oh no, you already got one. Okay. You already have one. I mean, I guess we could build an observatory, but we really don't have that much in the way of things on the planet that make that really that useful. So, eh. Oh, I did note one thing. I'm glad that they fixed this. The alien pets, they can actually still be collected now if you build something on top of them. Because before you couldn't build any building on top of the alien pet tile because it just wouldn't collect them. Which made it basically impossible to be able to use the alien pets. Like, you just couldn't. they've solved that. The new patch did fix that, so that's good. It's good, because it means you can actually use them for something. Because you couldn't before. I have no idea what you're doing. I'm not entirely sure you know what you're doing. Whatever. So they're all merging there. We do have a fleet that came back from the one that was invading these guys. That's the one that's going to go over here and take up orbit around Osiris. We do have a bunch of upgrades that will have to be doled out, given sufficient time to do so. Fortunately, we don't have that time at the moment. But we'll get there. One of the planets is suffering from starvation. Dominate. Is one of those I control? Yes. Yes. Why? How? Oh, because... Oh. Okay. Guy moved off of the thing, because he's a dumbass. Well, I guess we pull you off of... power plants, even though I want my power, but we're maxed out on power for the moment, so it doesn't actually do anything for me right this second. So we might as well, you know, pull you out of there. It's fine. He's fine. So that's not a problem. Go away. Don't care. We do have a bunch of planets that do have inactive buildings. That is because of all the people moving around constantly. There'll be a lot of that, particularly now that we've grown so much into this new territory. We will have a lot of just things doing that, basically. We do have our science ship here working on trying to explore these systems, because there's definitely things, resources in orbit, you know, orbital resources and things that we need to get set up for that we just don't have set up for. That's all there is to it. There's nothing I can do about it. Am I working on Tundra stuff? No. Okay. Didn't think I was. I worked on something else because we didn't have Tundra available, I believe. So you're the one that's going to Clapnor. Good. Good. Let's build... I need to build the shipyard. It's already being built. Never mind. Never mind. I did have to do the upgrade down here on the Sulon shipyard, the natural one. Because the planet is starving. Because I think this is my fault, unless the AI replaced something. But I believe this is my fault. They just don't have enough food on the planet. Which we can solve very easily with the spaceport upgrade, the hydroponic farm, because that just provides 3 food. So, boom, problem solved. Although I think even so, I think there's actually going to be... Yeah, because they'll be down 4 food instead of only 2. Which means we'd still be down 1 food, so I actually might need at some point to take control of that territory. Just so I can build... I mean, I guess I'd have to replace one of the power stations, or one of the mining networks. Which I'm not a fan of doing either of those things, but... guess I don't have a whole lot of choice. I'm gonna have to do something with it. So, whatever. It's not that big a deal. We do have construction ships doing things. They were primarily building what the... Oh, right. That's not a system I should be looking at. I did have construction ships building the military stations, which we needed. Having now seen what kind of happens with people who have the wormholes and stuff, we need to have military stations in at least our inhabited systems to shut down their ability to build the wormhole gates. because that's just really annoying. It's not even necessarily that dangerous. It's just really annoying that they can just jump all over the place and cause all that chaos. And we need to do something about it. We cannot have that continuing to happen. So, or happen again or whatever. So I need to build a whole bunch of the defense stations to stop that kind of shit from happening. All those do it. And so that's precisely what we're doing. We are building a bunch of stations. They're in every system basically that I own at this point. Just going around doing their thing. Doing their thing. You don't have quite enough money. It's fine. I think I already had one going up there, actually. Yeah, you were going up there already. That's fine. There's other stations in the area that we need to do things with, so that's good. He's fine. Alright, so go build there to start with. Who was it? You? No, it was you. Yes. Is this because you're in transit? I can only assume. Yeah, there we go. So go build stations there. I need to get all these stations and everything set up because, well, we need these things set up. We need the stuff built so that we can do all of these things that we need done.
Construction
right
complete.
Now, we're in trouble. Alright, so you're going to be a crew quarters because you're going to be a fleet base. So that one's building that. I think that's not done yet. Where else did I have an upgrade being done? Here, but you're not finished. The Joinham one had to build a solar panel thing, but I think you did already. So you're fine there. Cordrip was already building the thing, but I didn't have to do anything with that. Okay, so I think it's just Bazanak. Alright, you were the guy that I was going to have doing the continuing to do the fleet base or the defense base construction in our inhabited systems. So you're going to continue to do your thing. These other construction ships all need to be building all the new stations and stuff that we need done. Okay, you're right there. Okay. Wondering where you were. What are you doing? Oh, you don't have a person because... Right. Well, there's really nothing I can do with you because I don't have the... I just don't have the people to... We don't have the slots to be able to put a guy in charge there, unfortunately. So... There's just nothing I can do about that. All there is to it. We'll send you over here, build research stations. We have a lot of new planets that we need to upgrade. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all of these things because we have enough energy credits coming in now that it's not really as big of a concern as it was previously. Because before, it had been, you know, an issue. Shouldn't be anymore, though. Hopefully. Yeah, you're missing the fucking Garanthium because they stole my fucking Garanthium. Those wee bastards. You know what? When a construction ship is free... The Morocco one just finished. Oh, you were actually building... stations up here. You know what? I need other things built, so I'm going to actually send you over here, much as I don't really want to necessarily do this. I need this Garanthium ore back, because we're just not going to be able to find it anywhere else. Yeah, really anywhere else. So I do need to retake control of that, or I need to have these people join me, which I kind of want to keep them as vassals, but I probably should just take control of them because they're just not. Number one, they're disloyal, so they're not happy with us. And frankly, they're just not worth anything as like an independent nation to me, because they're too weak to really be able to accomplish anything. It's not their fault, it's just that they're technologically too weak to be able to do anything. And they're not going to be able to take any more territory because there's just no territory for them to take. So, yeah. I think we're just going to have them join us because there's really no point. There's really just no point. I'm just going to integrate you. Ooh. Total... Oh, at a rate of 3 per month. Okay. So we'd still be gaining influence. Alright, that's fine. We can do that. It'll take a while. That is going to take a while, but we'll do it because that'll give me back control of this area. And most importantly, give me back control of that Garanthium. The rest of it I don't care that much about. The Garanthium is the primary thing that I'm interested in that area. For the moment, at least. That may not always be the case, but at least for right now, it definitely is. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where else. I guess go build mining stations there. There's just so many stations that we need to build in the new territory that we took. This is going to take a while.
System survey complete.
I'm well aware of that. I'm pretty sure one of these planets
Construction
that we just need to
complete.
survey, basically, is going to solve that problem for me. I hope, at least. What was I building here? Right, building the orbital farm. Okay. Ion system. That is the guy who's out on the edge of known space, exploring new systems for me. Which is good and fine. You're about to reach the limit of what you can do. Which is also really fine at the end of the day, because then I can have you come back and do more important things. Which is good, because we need you to do more important things. I would really love to get this construction ship out of there, but unfortunately that's not apparently a thing, so yeah. It's not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. Is this... like, can I build something here? Okay, this is just fucking broke as shit. This is just broke as shit. This has been here for a while, and this thing keeps cycling between who controls it. Because it's just broke. Like, really broke. Yeah. Whatever. You know, having these guys join me actually might be kind of beneficial, because it would let me get... well, I don't know. I guess it's not really going to do that much for me. This isn't really going to do that much for me. Yeah, but see, that it's considered an unknown space station, even though it apparently belongs to me. Yeah. It's just broke as hell. Like, all these stations, like, in that whole region, all the stations there are just fucked up. It doesn't even make sense, but whatever. I am going to go to war with the Uruxo here shortly, but we kind of need to finish building some of these other things that I have been working on.
System survey
before
complete.
that really
Construction
happens.
complete.
Okay. What did you finish? Oh, really? Wow. It was like a small system. There's nothing fucking there. Alright. That took 2 seconds. That was much faster than I was expecting. I was anticipating having to, you know, sit here and fiddle with it for a while, but apparently not. We're just done. Cyrus built the crew quarters. That's good. You know what? Keep upgrading this place, because I am going to turn this into a... I do want this to be an actual, like, fleet base. So that one needs to be built up enough that it can serve as a fleet base. Also, the fleet, the thing that was built here, Nuclop, needs to be turned into a fleet base as well. Because it is going to serve as the fleet base for the Quapulsian sector. The Ajams 1 will serve as the fleet base for the stuff out here. Of course, we have Cordup and Alpha Centauri and Sol, really, too, as my core fleet bases, where I build most of my ships from. And at some point, I guess I need to build one over here. I'll probably put it up here, though, because, like, building it down at Opera Max wouldn't really do much for me, because it's so far away from the borders. Which right now, it is the most advanced of all the stations, I believe. But it's so far from the borders of everything that it's really pretty pointless to build it there. Really. It's not gonna really accomplish much of anything. So... whatever. Are you still researching shit? Yeah, see, there we go. I knew there had to be another Betharian stone spot somewhere in their space because they were using it. So I knew there had to be one someplace. But you found it, so... which is, of course, not unanticipated. I knew you would find one sooner or later. It was really just a matter of how long does it take you to find it.
System survey complete.
Continuing to build stuff.
Construction complete.
Continuing to build things. The cadre system got researched. That's good. We'll survey Gorim. Natchbull built their thing. That's fine. I should probably turn that, or maybe Fujo, into a fleet base as well, but I'm not super concerned about that, because again, it's not really on the borders of anything, so it's not really going to do that much for me. It's not to say that we can't, but it's just not... it's not really going to be that useful, really, at the end of the day. It's just not going to accomplish that much, so not going to bother. Just not going to bother. Holfax. Where was Holfax? That was over here, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the military station guy. You're the one that is building military stations, at least around here. So I'll continue to do that. We only have 2 more left there. Jesus. You guys. I don't even know what to do with you anymore. Because you're just pissing me off left and right. Like, what even got damaged? Like, what happens when they, quote-unquote, ruin a building? Just needs to be repaired? I mean, okay. But it doesn't whatever. It's pretty much a waste of time, really, but he's fine. Whatever. Alright, yeah, see, they are losing support, because they were at 70-something, and now they're down to 64. Which is good. Fortunately, these guys apparently are gaining support. That's not good. I don't think there's anything I can really do about it, though, because I think it's just as done as it's gonna get, really. But yeah, the Quapulsian thing in particular needs to be dropped down a lot, because these other ones, we can deal with these others. This, though, is too much. We are not going to be able to accomplish much on that one. Riots. Now we're in rebellion. I don't know that we'll ever be able to get rid of all these factions
complete.
Completely, because they got too much support, really. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. They are going to spread themselves out, though. They're already spreading themselves out.
Construction complete.
I'm basically kind of hoping that that's going to shoot them in the foot, basically, because they're going to spread themselves out so much that they just can't accomplish anything. It's what I'm hoping, and does, for the most part, seem to be what's happening. It is, of course, taking a while to really get there, but I guess we'll see. Additional mining station thing completed. That gives us a good chunk of influence, which is good because we needed that. Yeah, it's just completing individual things, but we've got like a shit ton of them queued up, so it's not really doing that much for me. Right, now we might need another construction ship or two, although at least for the moment, I don't necessarily really have the money to continue to run the construction ships.
Construction complete.
For right the second at least, because we have so much that we're trying to build. Of where now? What was that? Oh, it's the Maroc station, right. I was gonna turn Maroc here into a place as well. I might still do that, but I'm less concerned about it than I was previously. I don't know. I can't really build anything there that really is gonna do anything for me, so I don't really care that much at the moment. Should probably put my transport ships somewhere. I mean, okay, we're gonna invade over here, so sure, but should probably land them somewhere. Let's go ahead and build here, I guess. We'll build a spaceport, and I'm gonna turn that into a fleet base. We're in. I'm going to move. I guess I'll take the Jam fleet because they're the furthest away. So if I end up needing them, I'm going to need them quick. Plus, I want to destroy the station as soon as it becomes available. So
System
we'll move the
survey
fleet down
complete.
here.
Research complete.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to, you know, accomplish something useful with their lives. Go survey that. Research completed. Finish the Devastator torpedoes finally, so we can build something else. Impulse thruster, that would probably be the best choice. I don't have cruiser assembly yards? Okay. Thought I built that. I thought we did that long fucking time ago. Whatever. Defense station. I'm guessing that's a much larger station. That would be good, I guess. Attack speed. Nah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of any of these, to be honest with you, but I guess we'll go with this one. Do I have a rocketry guy? I know I used to, but I don't think I do anymore. No, it doesn't look like I do. So, that's fine. Just do your thing then, because there's no specific person that will be good for that. So, you just continue to do whatever you want to do, basically. Hilta, which guy are you? Oh, right. Okay. So we have... No, actually we don't. Actually, we don't. Yeah, I need to build stations at all of these places. Because we are basically losing out on a just huge amount of resources that are available to us. That I'm just not able to get right now. Just can't get right now. Oh yeah, it was the jam station that I was building, like, went crazy on. Eh. That's fine. You still got a long ways to go before you actually finish what you're doing, so I'll just ignore you for the moment. Alright, so you just finished building all of those. Really? Why did I not? Oh, because it's filled with blockers. That's why. It's not a bad planet, though, for the one species that we have. I might put a colony there, but I'm not going to do it immediately. But I might do that eventually. Obviously, it's a, what is it? Arctic? Oh, actually, I think I can colonize Arctic already. I think I can do that. Yeah, I think I can do Arctic, so if yeah, I can. I think I can do Arctic. Completely sure now. Thought I could, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but yeah, see, this is the kind of thing that used up all of my influence. Well, among other things, but it's part of what used up all my influence. We really need engineering, because we are very short on engineering in comparison to the others. So I need to probably do some work on that particular thing. I don't know. Let's see. We're missing 1, 2. Do I have the exact number that I need? I think I do. Huh. It's actually kind of funny. I'm going to upgrade one of these, because that'll give me just a little bit of a buffer. But I don't need more than that, I don't think. Okay, that should get that place.
System survey complete.
Good to go. We do have things actually that I should be doing on these other planets that I actually forgot about. Completely forgot about the need to do stuff with those. I just didn't remember that it was stuff that needed to be dealt with. So that was that. As long as all the construction ships are doing their thing. I mean, I guess... Let's go ahead and go up. Oops. Then build research outposts. Alright, so you're finished there, and I don't think there's any... I don't think you can reach... Yeah, can't reach anything else. So you can actually come back now, because you won't be able to actually do anything for me, really, to speak of. Oh, I guess I can't even see these planets, so... because we've never even traveled into them, so I don't know anything about them. Okay, so... travel down here and survey that. It's going to take you a while to get there, but that is fine. Ooh. But Comfat voted to form a federation. It's a potential problem. I don't know what that exactly means for me, if in fact it means anything for me, but it is definitely a potential problem. There's no question about that. Okay, so that is the last research, or defense station rather, that needs to be built over there anyway. You finished your thing, yes? No, not yet. Not yet. Alright, let's build. No, actually, if I build it with you, I think you end up going to... I think if it's built there, I think it belongs to them, to the group. I'm gonna build a couple more construction ships. Well, I still don't really have a whole lot of money coming in, but it's fine. Let's build like one more. Yeah, just one more. It's probably fine.
Construction complete.
Build much more than that is just going to be a waste of time, so I won't bother, but Clap finished its thing. You were going to be another fleet base, so we need to build that. That's just going to help me with get more money, basically, because we're not trying to build it just ends up meaning that I'm not trying to build as many, maintain as many ships, rather, basically, is what it boils down to. Which helps out a great deal.
Construction complete.
Less ships, less money that has to be doled out for ships, the better. Because we just have far too many things going on right now. Far too many things. I think we already have a guy building... Yeah, okay. There's already a dude building stuff there, so let's send you up here just to build research stations. Ooh, there are so many stations that need to be built. It's kinda crazy. Ooh, what's this? Society on Inuit has frustrated our efforts to raise the technology level of the Jurin. Oh, okay, whatever. Where's that even at? Baznak. Baznak. What the fuck is that? Oh, right, over here. I completely forgot that was even a thing. I have no idea who you
System
are.
System survey
fine.
Complete.
Sure. Whatever. Okay. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Survey complete. Continue to do your thing, because we need to get as much of this construction stuff done as we can manage in as relatively short a time as we can do it. fact, realistically, I should probably build a couple more construction ships, really. So I'll build like 2 more.
Construction complete.
We need to develop all of this as much as we can, as quickly as we can, really. Because otherwise we're just not really accomplishing anything that we need done. So why did I build an orbital hydroponic farm here? I feel like that is not what I meant to build. Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and actually end the episode here. I might do a little bit of off-camera stuff, just trying to build up all these planets and everything, because it'll be more of basically me just staring at the map while we try to build things up. And I think I will come back to you once we're prepared to go to war with these guys again. And hopefully this will be the war that just ends them. Don't know if that's going to be the case, but that's the plan, at least. I have no idea if we're actually going to be able to accomplish that, but I guess we'll find out. For a trade deal, if I ask for information, just want your star charts. Yeah, there's no way. There is no way in hell they will do a goddamn thing. I don't think there's even any way. I don't think there's any way for me to do this. Yeah, there was zero. There was zero hope of getting them to do that for me, which is unfortunate. But well, actually, you know what? They are allied to. What is it? The Sanguine Axis? You guys. You don't like me either. Never mind. Is there anybody that we can possibly... that I could possibly talk to that would maybe at least want to talk to me? Probably not then, because you don't like me either. Because I just want your star charts. I don't really give a shit about anything else. Which there's no way it looks like that you're gonna... There's no way it looks like that they're gonna do that, so... Oh well. We just won't be able to do anything with it. It's fine. Anyway, like I said, I was trying to do that because I'm pretty sure that they have another planet here. This could be outposts, but it says they have 6 planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see the Unuk. It's right there. Aquilon's there. Column, Auric, and Wilkin. Well, assuming that they... You know, it's funny that they're an Aruxo empire, but only 8 of their population now is Aruxo. They're primarily a Sikite, what the hell it is, empire, which is one of the 3 empires that they had conquered. So pretty much all the Aruxo are actually part of my empire now. They really have, there's really no Aruxo that are part of the Aruxo Dominion, which is just funny to me. Anyway, we need to take their territory from them so that we can just finish these guys off. So at some point, I will move the fleet, basically. The fleet's into position, pretty much. I actually have enough fleets that we can hit if I split the one up, we could hit all five of their systems with a sizable fleet that's probably considerably larger than anything they possess, and just basically just steamroll them in a single, like, instantaneous victory, pretty much. Which will keep any of their allies from being able to accomplish it, to do anything, basically, because we'll crush them instantly, pretty much. So it'll just be one and done, and it'll be over. So I will basically set up to do that. Obviously, I'm not going to actually be able to do anything with it immediately, but I'm going to try to, get set up to be able to do that. And we'll probably pick up next time, next episode, when I'm prepared to do that, and we'll just basically rush in here and squish these guys and wipe them out. And take that chunk of territory for me. Which should also let me, assuming there's a couple of good planets up here, there's a couple of Arctic planets, so yeah. Tropical. Who's good at tropical? Yuruxo, okay. It's not that great of a planet, but I might take it anyway, just for territory control, basically. Yeah, so I might take these two Arctic worlds. I don't know, maybe just this one, because that one's terrible. So, really terrible. So, maybe I'll take this, and take this one, even though it's not that great, just so it'll give me a good chunk of this territory here. It's probably not a bad idea. And combined with the stuff that's here, it'll give me a sizable territory increase, and should put me basically in a position to be able to contest these other empires that are up here. Obviously, the empires that are around me, the Penthulans are by far the most dangerous. So the Nahar are no longer going to be that serious, because I did a number on their fleet power. They could build that up again, of course, but we already basically showed that they can't, very effectively at least, face me. Because they just got demolished. Like, they didn't have... I don't think there's anybody now who is going to be even close to being able to fight me anymore. Like, I think everybody's going to show up as pathetic or inferior. Except the Penthulans. Yeah, they're equivalent, but that's the only one. All the rest of these guys just don't got it. Ooh, who are you? Your capacity's smaller, but you're probably not using up all your capacity, so... Undir Commonwealth. I don't even know where you are. I think you're somebody who's nowhere near me, I think. Yeah, you're way the hell over there. You know, for a tiny little fuck, which is basically what you are, tiny little fucking empire, you have a hell of a fleet, if yours is roughly equivalent to mine. You only have 12 systems? I mean, that's saying something, because the Penthulans have almost twice what you have. Almost twice your population, too. No, actually, yeah, basically twice your population. And they're equivalent to me as well, so you're packing some heat in your little territory there. I don't think anybody else. Yeah, tech is equivalent, but you're not even close. Not even close. And I imagine basically everyone else is probably gonna be the same. They're just not. Oh, you're superior? Really? Who are you? Zimmerpuck. Oh, you guys. I mean, you're on the opposite side of the galaxy from me, so you're not really an issue, but you, fleet power is equivalent, but your techno level is actually superior to mine. That's a potential issue. You might not be a bad group for me to try to be friends with, though. May not be a bad group for me to try to be friends with. Because if I could convince them to be friends with me, they are actually the only one who's actually more advanced than I am. Other than, of course, the Stagnant Empire, which, you know, whatever. But everyone else, at best, is equivalent to me. And as we kind of saw in this previous war that we just finished, equivalent most likely means that they're significantly weaker at the end of the day. Most likely. Maybe not. But probably means that they're not going to be anything even close to a match for me in reality. But yeah. I'm going to try to finish out the Aruxo, try to it's the guy over there, I think. Yeah. Try to finish out the Aruxo, try to
construction complete.
I guess at some point we'll try to finish out the Propulsi and just take that territory so they're just gone. And once I have that, then I'll have to see what I want to do actually at that point, because it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea to try and become friends with like the Nahar and some of these other ones that are around the Yvzorok here, so that I could actually challenge the Fallen Empire. Because right now, they'd probably kick my ass. If I went to war with them right now, they wouldn't be able to get to me, so that might help. But, well, maybe. They may not be able to get to me. It depends. They might be able to get to me. But it wouldn't be super easy for them to do it. So, we'll see. I don't know. It's dangerous, though. It is very dangerous to try to make any sort of assumptions, really, where all that is concerned. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, that's probably all I can really build there. It's probably really all we can build there. Let's build that. Just because that gives me a base over there that we can build ships from if I really need to. Hoping that I don't need to do that, but, you know, push comes to shove, probably a good idea to be able to do it, if necessary. Okay. I will actually end the episode now, instead of just saying I'm going to. Thank you for watching, folks. Like and subscribe, of course, if you enjoy my stuff, and I will see you in the next one. So take it easy, have a good day, and bye-bye.